Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. You're with me, Shehan Anatunga. First, let's take a look at your headlines.
Fundamental rights petitions filed against the 20th Amendment taken up for second day today. Accusations against local officials for keeping silent on threats posed by the Indian fishermen. A wild elephant attack claims the life of a mother of three in Hinguragoda. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden calls Trump a racist during the first of three debates ahead of November 3rd election.
Now first up, your top story. The fundamental rights petitions filed against the 20th Amendment at the Supreme Court were taken up for consideration for the second day today.
The fundamental rights applications that were filed against the 20th Amendment to the Constitution were taken up at the Supreme Court for the second day today. Starting off, Attorney at Law Shiral Lakthidaka made submissions at the Supreme Court. His main arguments focused around the way the 20th Amendment to the Constitution seeks to alter 6 key principles in the Constitution that he described as the first constitutional principles, which included popular sovereignty, limited government, the separation of powers, checks and balances, judicial independence and review, and also fiscal sovereignty. Also making submissions in court today was Attorney at Law Viran Correa. He referred to the document that was presented by the Attorney General, which included proposed committee stage amendments that would be brought by the government. Speaking about this document, he pointed out that the document was not made available to any of the council before the hearings of the case began, and he said that it reeks of something less than good faith on the part of the government when it comes to the 20th Amendment to the Constitution.
Now here are some of the views expressed in the political arena about the 20th Amendment to the Constitution.
Nothing was done by the 19th Amendment. Why should we fear? If the judiciary is independent, we have nothing to be afraid of. Now they are talking about the Audit Act. Where does it say that audits cannot be done? Everything is subject to audit. My view is that the Audit Commission should be abolished and a comprehensive constitution should be drafted by bringing in the things that needs to be done. We are changing this not because we want to bring Basil Rajapaksa to parliament, but he has been treated unfairly and we will do justice to it. I tell the opposition, if possible, keep the opposition group together. We will take more than 150 and we will win this. Even if the court gives a verdict, there is a support party and an opposition to it. 39 people have gone to court at this moment. A court hearing is the best way to solve this. All I have to do is to present this to the House. I have done my part. From then on, it is the responsibility of the members of the House. I think a decision should be made before the 29th of next month. Once that is done, it is over.
State Minister of Money and Capital Market and State Enterprise Reforms, Ajit Niwad Cabral, spoke to media regarding the decision by the Moody's rating agency to downgrade Sri Lanka to CAA1. The Governor of the Central Bank, Professor W.D. Lakshman, was also present at the media briefing along with the Treasury Secretary S.R. Artigala.
Overall, we have given our side of the story, it is very clear. And that is the important part that you probably need to recognize. The matters that did not, has not been taken into consideration by Moody's is here in this presentation that I just made. We have given that in black and white. So there is no debate on that. The numbers are here, the trend is here. So when you have a trend of that nature, then it's up to you to decide. And something is finally it's decided by the markets. You see how the markets here. In 2009, as Professor Vaidya mentioned, when the Sri Lankan rate operated, markets reacted that way. Markets didn't react in a way that Sri Lanka was downgraded. They reacted in the way that Sri Lanka was upgraded. So it showed that they were diametrically opposite to the position that was taken by the rating agents. So, as he quite rightly mentioned, it is the reputation that is at risk for them. For us it is our economy, for them it is their reputation. So their reputation takes a hit if what they give as the winning action is disregarded by markets and they have to play. So they have that risk disregarded.
The State Minister also spoke about Sri Lanka's debt repayment commitments due next year.
We have shown very clearly what our outclosing is. Our outclosing year would be about $4.5 billion. Yes, about $4.5 billion. Now there will be ample inflows that will come. And Sri Lanka will also take steps to add new inflows to the country. Yeah, closing in July, right? The next item we made in July.
How much should that be?
That's $1 million.
What are the benefits of relief we can expect from the 2012?
That we will announce on the 17th of November.
Now on to other stories here at home. The All Ceylon Fisheries Federation states that Indian fishermen have invaded Sri Lankan waters.
The fishing community of this country is facing a massive problem right now. Indian fishermen are not letting our fishermen in the north to work in our waters. Especially in the Mullaitivu district, during the past few days, there were several incidents where the Indian fishermen have attacked our fishermen and have harassed them. They are robbing the fishing resources of our waters. We are requesting the authorities to look into this and create a safe and sound environment, especially in the north, for our fishermen to carry out their industry without any fear. Vendors who supplied fish to the Lankan Fisheries Corporation are also facing a problem. The Lankan Fisheries Corporation was established in 1965. The primary purpose of this was to give a good price for the fishermen who are harvesting these fish from the waters, and are also for the customers to purchase it at a reasonable price in the market. But now they have gone beyond it. The value of the crop given to this corporation by the fishermen and vendors around our country during the past 2 years is 356 million rupees. The corporation is yet to pay this amount to our fishermen.
A wild elephant attack claimed the life of a mother of 3 in Madirigiriya this morning.
Darshanapura village in Madirigiriya has been battered by threat of wild elephants for a long period. The 72-year-old mother of 3 has faced this tragic incident when she was returning home around 1 a.m. from her daughter's house. The villagers say the elephant had attacked her opposite her house. Her remains currently lie at the Madirigiriya hospital. Our correspondent said, let alone this month, 40 houses were damaged by the wild elephants in Galigamuwa, Kurunagala. The residents of Madathome claims a lone elephant is roaming around the area. The paddy stored in the house was eaten by the elephant, while a footage was recorded by a youth at the time the elephant was entering the village. Meanwhile, remains of an elephant died due to gunshot wounds were discovered on the banks of the Susirigama River. The wildlife officers who arrived at the location after they were informed by the villagers said the elephant would have suffered for 15 days and died yesterday. The wildlife officers said the elephant, around 20 years of age, was 9 feet tall. They further noted several gunshot wounds were observed on the elephant remains.
The National Movement to Protect Public Rights convened a media briefing yesterday and spoke about the light rail service from Malabe to Colombo that was proposed by the previous government.
දැනගන්නට ලැබෙනවා අනුමත කර තිබූ කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකාව අවලංගු කරලා ලංකාවට සැහැල්ලු
We are aware that a cabinet decision was taken by the cabinet to the effect that we do not require a light rail passenger transport project. When you take a look at this from the perspective of the people, there are some questions that should be raised. Why did this happen now? Why are we saying no to this? Can the decision be justified? We want a responsible answer from the government. The loan that was provided was at a very low interest rate of 0.05%. Why did we say no to this project?
ඒ පිළිබඳව ජනතාවට සාධාරණ පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් කළ යුතුයි.
මේ රථවාහන තදබදය නිසා දවසකට රුපියල් මිලියන 5ක පාඩුවක් ලංකාවට හිමි.
The country loses 5 million rupees on a daily basis as a result of the traffic. There are enormous levels of pollution. Time is wasted on the road. We question the basis on which this decision was reversed. The government should revisit this unwise decision.
තීරණය නැවත සලකා බැලිය යුතුමයි රජයක් විදිහට.
The portion of the Hatton-Navalapitiya road has caved in the Amagamuwa area.
The incident has happened last Monday. Our reporter noted that the land is still prone to another cave-in. The incident has hampered vehicular movement along the road.
And that's a wrap of your lunchtime news right here on TV1. Thank you for watching.